before it's over. Who knows what the next cycle will be. Now, I'm hopeful for our economy, but we have to be prudent and plan for the worst and hope for the best.
You don't think the swearing in of the Democratic president is going to solve this crisis, Mike?
Well, it'll be, you know, I didn't vote for him, but we need him, we do need him to succeed, and or our entire country has problems, bigger problems than we have now. There'll be time enough for politics 4 years from now. Right now, he's the president, or will be, and we need him to succeed.
So what measures are going to be taken to resolve the crisis?
I'm sorry, which?
What are the measures?
You know, this number was just dropped on us today, and two, I just decided to keep this job again today. But we'll be working with the JBC on that. One of the things that we've floated around is, you know, we do a lot of busy work down here. We spend 120 days here. I don't know why we don't cut down the number of our bills. Just focus on the budget, and let's get in and out of here in 90 days, and that'll be our part of saving some money for the state of Colorado. I think we can do our budgetary work, the real work that needs to be done, in 90 days. If we can't, let's get close. That'll be a significant savings. It's certainly not going to be $600 million, but it's some. If everybody doesn't introduce 5 or 10 bills, let's get our job done and save a little money along the way. And we're going to have to look for a lot of creative ways to try to save a little bit here, just as everybody does at home, just as we do in our businesses. Can I save some here? Can I save some there? And hopefully it'll add up to something.
Mike, have you floated that idea yet on your caucus?
No, we've talked about it a little bit, and there's been some talk about it in the past. Can we really do this in 90 days? And I'm hopeful we can. I'll be talking to the rest of the leadership.
What about fewer bills? Are you asking them to?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You know, if we can really get, you know, if we're just going to do fewer bills and still stretch this thing out to 120 days, we ought to be about what do we really need to do right now to take care of Colorado, to run this government, and let's get it done in 90 days instead of all the rest of the stuff that we do. We can do with 30 days fewer resolutions on how nice puppies are, I'm sure, and spend more time dealing with the real issues.
Mike,
Yes. Sorry.
First of all, can you confirm for us, was there just one complaint filed, or were there two?
I think that's there regarding who?
Regarding
A lobbyist?
this lobbyist and or just this matter?
I think they're related. You know, there's lobbyists involved and member involved.
say
So they would be,
so
they would have to be separate because they're two different. They go down different processes.
But
So
did the
there's
same
two?
person file the?
No, the complaint, as you guys will see, so the complaint against the member was filed by me. I thought it was my duty to file that, and as difficult as that is, the complaint against the lobbyist was by someone else, and I thought we needed to get to the bottom of all of it. Our government needs to be transparent. The citizens of Colorado need to know that we do business properly and we can police ourselves. So, as you'll see in the complaint, there are some indications that maybe it goes beyond the lobbyists. We don't know that yet, but we need to find out. So, I filed the second complaint against my friend.
And that was dropped, right?
What?
The one that you filed was dropped, or only moving forward with
It
the
has not
lobbyist?
been dropped.
Okay, so there's two.
Was
There.
there any complaint filed against a private citizen? You can't really file.
There are names in there. No, we don't have jurisdiction over that, so there are names in the original complaint. That's the redacted piece. There are people named in there. And I don't know, I honestly don't know what happens with that, but we don't have, the House itself doesn't have jurisdiction over those
But
individuals.
is anything serious enough that you would give it to the DA?
I think that's up for the panel to.
They will be looking
say.
at a private citizen issue?
I don't know all the answer to that. I mean, this is a little unusual, and we had those same questions, and I don't know if we got an answer.
The allegation
for
is
them.
that it violates House rules, right?
The allegation, the specific, no, it's, the allegation is the joint rules of both the House. That's
Well,
why-
joint rules is what I mean.
Correct, and the lobbyists, we have some jurisdiction over. We don't over private citizens. That's not our.
What possible sanction could there be?
A variety, up to and including they lose their right to lobby here at the Capitol. So
Is there precedent for that?
I don't know the answer to that.
There's the lobbyist complaint, remember about 3 years ago?
Yeah, there's been lobbyists, there's been a couple of them before, but I don't know whether it's got that far. I don't know how far it's
Can you respond to this? Because some folks are just saying, you know, look, what this is really about is who's going to be minority leader to succeed in May. If this is, if you're a McNulty backer and that the complaints concern Ballmer and his supporters, and that really, you know, you didn't step down just because you want McNulty to get it.
Wow. Are these the same people that believe there was more than one person than Oswald involved? No, I got a call. There was, I can tell you the exact chain of events. Because of the uncertainty that I was I minority or was I not, a member or two, not the one that filed the complaint, called and said, hey, there are these rumors going on, and called the chief clerk of the House and said, what do we do? Is this how it's supposed to work? I get a call from Maryland, and I come down to the Capitol and made, because I didn't call everyone, but I was mostly concerned about our freshman group. People here know the rules after you've been here a while. So I began to call freshmen. I got through a couple of calls, and sure enough, there seemed to be at least some merit to the allegations. I had the member come in, fill out a statement, and I ceased my investigation because now, you know, it's not my job to go and that's what the panel is for. Called the speaker, told Andrew, hey, we got a little more work to do before we leave here, and that's the exact chain of events. No, actually, my plan was to not even vote come leadership time. I didn't expect to vote because I expected I was leaving. I nominated David Ballmer for assistant minority leader. I had no dog in this fight. I expected to be gone.
What was the chain of events for your complaint against the
Oh,
legislature?
it was the nature of what was in the statement, and I didn't want this thing to drag on forever. Let's do one, let's do the other. So I simply wrote up the complaint that it needs to be looked at. Did the member have some involvement in this? That's the nature of the complaint. I think that's how it's worded when you guys all get it. There's enough there to say, was there involvement or was there not? And we need to get to the bottom of. And what the member involvement would be is, you know, if there's a violation of the House rules by the lobbyist, did a member encourage that lobbyist to violate the House rules? That's the nature.
Is that the nature of the House complaint or the
Yes.
joint complaint?
The House complaint. Yeah. Did the member encourage or involve or coordinate the violation of the House rules by the lobbyists? That's the question.
Talking about the economy one more time.
Yes, I love it. That's much more. Well, not that that's a pleasant subject either, but.
Do you think the state is under recession?
Is what?
The state,
Is what?
it's under recession.
Oh, absolutely. I feel it in my business. I think that's why the $600 million projected shortfall, whether it's 80 million or 600 million, whatever that number is in there, absolutely. There are folks losing their jobs and not getting their raises. Hopefully the Rocky will be with us soon, so Lynn has a job, you know.